Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om, I bow to the Lord Vasudeva. Hello, friends. We're talking about the different divine qualities, and I have spoken about the chakras, the centers in the spine, and how each one of them has a positive and negative influence depending on whether the energy goes upward or downward. And the fact that these different inner chakras are all symbolized by the different 5 Pandava brothers. All of the names in that first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is not just a category of warriors the way most people think of it. Each one stands for an important mental tendency. So Duryodhana, material desire, is asking what there is on the opposite side. He's anxious because he's seeing all these powerful enemies on his side. He wants to bring the ego down into material desire. And these are ranged against him, saying that only inner peace and dispassion and forgiveness and all these higher qualities are going to give the soul comfort. Well, Duryodhana is very anxious about this because he doesn't want to. Satan is a real power within you. It's not some outer force. And this power doesn't like you to be too good. Most people, in fact, I think they think this way. How bad can I be and get away with it? Anyway, see those mighty heroes, bowmen as great as Bhima. Bhima, as I said, is the heart chakra, and it's the power to uplift the bodily energy. Until you can have the heart quality opened, until you can feel the heart's natural love. My guru's guru, Swami Kriyananda, said you can't take a step on the path. Don't think that the path is just for armchair travelers. It's not a question of sitting back and philosophizing. You have to direct devotion up to God. Devotion usually means feeling, but you can be devoted to wisdom. All your heart's energy has to go in that direction. And until it does, you won't advance spiritually. Spirituality and spiritual progress are not for slackers. You must put a lot of effort into it. In the life of St. John of the Cross, he said that one moment of real love is worth more than all the action, the pious deeds of devoted priests and nuns and people working for God, but without devotion. The most important thing on the spiritual path is to love God. And in anything you do, don't think that you'll get good karma, but you won't get God. Don't think it's enough to get good karma. You must love God, and as you lift one hand, he will lower two to pick you up. The grace of God is like the sunlight on a building. It shines on everybody, but only those rooms that have their curtains drawn open will the sunlight be able to enter. And so you have to open your heart to God, and to open your heart does not mean like keeping an open mind. Yeah, I'm willing. No, there has to be an aspiration for the light and for the divine love. And so Bhima, the heart quality, is the power to uplift the body, uplift the senses, uplift the energy in the not just the heart, but the whole body. When the heart goes where the heart goes, where your treasure is where the heart is. And so he speaks of that. Then he says, and Arjuna, fiery self-control. Mind you, the spiritual path requires a great deal of strength, and you must have great power. I've talked of that before. It is not enough just to say, well, I'm trying. No, don't try. Do the right thing. Until you can do it with all your willpower, God won't be satisfied if you just mean well. There was the thing of Dale Carnegie's I read, a sort of a doggerel poem that he was dead right as he went along, but he's just as dead as if he'd been wrong. this man who died in a car accident, don't just try to do the right thing, do the right thing. And Arjuna is that fiery power within one. When you find somebody who says he's a devotee and he's sort of like this and no energy and a goody-goody person, he won't find God. The person who will find God is somebody with a great deal of determination. And even when everything is the most difficult, remember when I can say this with a great deal of experience in my life. I have had many hard tests in my life. Many people have tried to destroy me in different ways. And I just decided that I wanted God and nobody was going to take me away from him. Well, it didn't make me popular with them, but it takes willpower to find God. And some people don't like that, but you'll find that all the saints are people of great will. Well, and then it goes on, Virata. Virata, ecstatic identity of the egoic self with the indwelling soul. You know, the more you meditate and the more you feel this bliss coming, let it fill the ego so that you feel that your ego itself is, you say, I am blissful. This ego is blissful. This is a good quality because it directs your energy toward the infinite. It still may be bliss in the ego and not bliss out of the ego, but that uplifts the ego and turns all its thinking and all its identity upward toward God. And then dispassion, and this I've written in this particular translation of the Gita, I've written all the meanings of these things too, so that as you read these things, you're not just reading a catalog of leaders and chieftains, you're reading the meaning of each one of them. Drupada means dispassion toward sense objects. Now, how are you to be dispassionate toward sense objects? Anytime you see something that attracts you, withdraw your energy from that. Think of somebody on a television program and he's advertising, let us say, a new kind of ice cream. He's so excited. Just do exactly the opposite of what you see them doing in every television advertisement, and you'll be on the road to dispassion. Don't get excited, just, it's there. But understand this simple truth. When you see something beautiful, your ability to appreciate that beauty is not there, it's here. Your ability to enjoy everything or anything is not there, it's here. Your ability to feel love is not in the person, it's in yourself. Everything begins with you. And to develop dispassion means to be able to look at the objects of pleasure, the objects of this world, and withdraw the energy. Some yogis teach to enjoy, but discriminate where that enjoyment is being felt. That's a dangerous path, but it works if you've got no choice because your habits force you into doing the wrong thing. Then at least discriminate and say, see that my joy is not in this. My joy is still here. You will feel joy in the wrong action, but remember that joy is from your own reaction to it. It always begins in your own mind. There's nothing in the senses. Everything is dead out there. The sunset, there's no life in the sunset. But when you love the beauty of it, your enjoyment of it comes from inside. A turtle could look at that same sunset and not think anything. A turtle could look at a beautiful painting of, let's say, a Van Gogh. I'm showing off, because the real pronunciation of Van Gogh is Van Gogh. Anyway, the turtle could look at this painting and just wonder if it was good to eat. So the thing that we must understand is that always it comes from our capacity. Dispassion means to look at things and say, no, that's not where my happiness is. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the divine fulfillment. So these are the meanings of this particular passage. Mighty charioteers, controllers of the senses, all. And the charioteer finally, with his reins and the 5 horses, he is the mind. The charioteer of the mind guiding the horses of the senses in this world. Joy to you.